Hey there, Rebels. Welcome back to another weekly reading. I hope you are doing well. I have already meditated and cleansed the area, and now I'm going to shuffle and get our cards for us this week. If you are a returning subscriber or watcher of my videos, I appreciate you for being here, and I want to say thank you for taking time to spend some time with me. I hope that I am delivering messages for you that are helping you navigate the current energies, as that is my intention always. And if you are new here and this is the first time you are catching one of my readings, welcome. My name is Cindy Lou. I am a personal empowerment and divinity mentor, and I do these weekly oracle readings just to help people who are going through their spiritual awakening and their ascension process really find some guidance, some clarity, and some perspective on all of the challenging times that we are up against. Now, as always, for this type of reading, I use the Sacred Rebels Oracle, and today we have Inner Trust. I don't know that I've ever pulled this card, but I will say that it gives a very much priestess, nunnery type vibes, right? A woman of power, a woman of sacred vows, a woman who has just ultimate inner trust in not only herself, but in her ability to create and manage the world around her. Now, she doesn't look, overly excited. She looks very solemn. And if I can get it to focus, you can tell that they've got some shading over her third eye, right? You can see some light coming in. I do notice that the lips are highlighted. So for me, that's very much calling to the fact of speaking her truth, of being a pure source of light as she's cloaked in this all white. And what does your inner trust look like? Because I feel like going through the ascension process and awakening to your purpose and your true divine nature, it really does fall back on how much can you trust yourself, as in what are you receiving in, what are you perceiving about you, around you, surrounding you, right? What do you see and what do you know to be true? And once you have that feeling of knowing the truth, can you trust yourself? Can you rely on that ability to sense and know the truth in other situations? Because really, you can have a hard-ass lesson and learn it. But if you cannot apply it to other situations, then you haven't fully incorporated that lesson. So I feel like this is saying, where is your inner trust at? Do you have strong inner trust? And if not, what is stopping you from trusting yourself? What is stopping you from trusting that everything is going to work out as it should? Are you doubting in yourself? Do you feel fearful and uncertain about the world around you? Do you constantly feel like you are living in a survival mode instead of a space where you have calm and peace and you are able to feel and do things that make you thrive instead of just survive? And I am going to go ahead and pull a tarot card just because I want to see if I can get some clarification on where some of this inner trust, what this is applying to for the collective, since this is a collective reading. Let me get these shuffled up. This is one of my newer decks, and I found it online at Hay House for like $8. They had a sale, and I fell in love with the images because it's not your traditional imagery that you see on the tarot. Obviously, there's an artist's interpretation, but I really love the color of the deck because it's very much a brown. It reminds me of canvas. It reminds me of, oh, that's beautiful. So we got strength, and this is what I mean. It's just, tan, black, gray, And the card we got to clarify inner trust is Strength. And as you can see, it does have the lion from the traditional artistry on most tarot decks. I love how in this he also has a gem, a white gem over his third eye, right? And of course, strength is all about having not just outer physical strength, because lions do have very strong prowess, right? They're very physical, capable, powerful animals. But you have to have an inner strength that pushes you as well. And I love that she has that shading over her third eye. And then he has, which to me looks like a gemstone. And then you can either see that as the number 8 or as an infinity symbol. But I love that it's white. I love that both of these cards are just essentially faces, right? They're very muted. There's no really bright colors, but they have a lot of similarities as far as his mane and her hair, the white on both the cards, the solemn expression on both of them. So where are we at, right? Where are you at with your inner trust? Are you at a point where you feel comfortable trusting yourself? Do you have the inner trust to know that the changes you are making are creating a different reality for you? Do you have the inner trust to know that you'll be provided for, that you will be taken care of, that you will achieve what you are wanting to achieve? Do you have the inner trust to make decisions for yourself and know that you are choosing correctly? You know, one of the things that I had to overcome personally was just chronic indecision. I didn't ever want to make big decisions because I was worried that I would make the wrong one. And if I make the wrong fucking decision, it's not just me that suffers, right? Everybody in my life who is tied to me, that is being supported by me, that is being influenced by me, would also suffer the consequence of a wrong decision. But I've come to realize there's not a wrong decision. It may take you to a detour that you were not wanting to go, not wanting to experience. But essentially what that does is it gives you a lesson, right? And then you just get redirected back to your path. So I very much believe in free will, but I also believe in fate. I believe that there are certain things that are destined to happen in our lives. We have choices on how we can get there. Right? There are certain experiences we are just going to have. And whether it comes early in life or later in life, that lesson will be learned through your lifetime. And so with this clarifying inner trust, strength, you know, you really have to be able to set yourself up mentally and remind yourself that you do have the strength to get through whatever trying times you're going to. You do have the strength to really connect within and learn yourself so that you can be confident in yourself, and you then have that ability to know that when you make a decision, it is the right one because you're in touch, because you're in tune, because you know it feels right, right? You have the strength to know that if you make a decision or if something happens and it doesn't have the outcome that you want, you have the strength to get through it, right? You know that you can trust yourself, that you can rely on yourself. You're not dependent on somebody else for the things that you need forever. And I'm saying that because it's okay to need other people, to ask for help, to rely on help, but eventually it's a crutch. And if you're constantly just relying on other people, then you're not actually growing for yourself because you're stuck in that codependent cycle. So, where is your inner trust? If you had a meter, do you strongly trust yourself? Do you not? Do you feel scared to trust yourself? Do you feel fearful and worried that you don't have what it takes to do what you need to do, or you don't have the support that will help you get through something easier? But can you find that in yourself? Can you look back and see other times where you felt the same and how that situation turned out? And maybe it wasn't the best outcome, but are you alive? Did you get through it? You know, a lot of times we want to overlook everything we've already accomplished because we have our focus on where we want to be. And it is important to focus on where you want to be, what your next goal is, what you want to achieve. But you have to look back and you have to have gratitude for what you have already overcome. If you cannot stop and appreciate where you are now from where you have been, and you are just waiting to get to that end goal, you're going to end up getting stuck because you're going to feel like you haven't made enough progress, right? That you're not good enough, that you're not getting there fast enough, that you're not doing enough, that you're not having enough. And those are all limiting mindsets. It's all a limiting self-talk. And so when things get hard and when you have to lean on your inner trust and go, no, I know this is going to work out. However it does, I know something good is coming from it. I know that I will at least learn a lesson. I know that this is the path I am meant to walk. And I know that I have the strength to do that. Just having that reassurance in yourself to really push through and move forward with at least optimism, right? Sometimes it's hard to be excited depending on what you're going through. Sometimes it's hard to be motivated to get up and do the same thing again. But if you can keep your mind hopeful, keep your heart hopeful, keep in touch with your reasoning, your why, your true self, and whatever you are going through, look at it as an opportunity to learn something, to grow something, to connect with something, and have those thoughts, that ability to accept what you are going through as a way to strengthen yourself, as a way to give you more strength to not only accomplish your current struggle, but also give you the footing and the remembrance of how to get through hard times when you come up against your next hard time. Because that's how it works. There's not just one hard time and one struggle and we're done. What happens is we keep getting lessons that we didn't learn fully. And when we've learned one lesson fully, there's always more growth. There's always another way to be better, to expand, to offer what we have learned to others. But in order to do that, you're going to have to build up that inner trust, right? And how do you build up that inner trust? Well, you're going to have strength in yourself and know that you can create the correct mindset. You can create the correct environment. You can create everything by knowing that even if nobody on the outside is supporting you, you are supporting yourself. Knowing that when you get through it, you can look back and say, I fucking did that. It was hard as shit. I didn't think I was going to make it, but I fucking did it. And that is just going to amplify strength in the future for your next endeavor, your next obstacle, and your inner trust, because you're going to remember what a badass you are. So if that is where you are, I am wishing you well. I am rooting for you. I love you. And I hope that this helps you get through your week. If you want to schedule any type of appointment with me or look into the mentoring services that I offer, which is all about empowering you to take on these correct mindsets and have confidence in yourself to make decisions, then please reach out to me. You can check out all of my services at my website, which is www.soulfulrebellion.co. And then, of course, you can also shoot me an email at mysoulfulrebellion@gmail.com. And I hope you have a wonderful week, and I will see y'all next week. Love you. Bye.